Welcome to 2B3D's Into the Actionverse on 2B3D Rob, and today we are doing the Monday night pregame show with co-host, Vice President of Astro Bowl, 2B3D's Astro Bowl, sci-fi NFL game. I can't say NFL, sci-fi football game. Anyways, we got Anthony. Anthony, how you doing, bud?
I'm good, brother. How you doing? Good to see you again.
Good to see you again. So this game's special. Right. So, I kind of say it everywhere I go, two-time Super Bowl champ, Anthony Smith from the Steelers. And tonight we've got a little bit of a conundrum. We've got Anthony Smith, who has 2 Super Bowl rings from the Steelers. And then we have Scott over here, who loves the Dolphins. So Scott might have to jump in with little vocals as we go through the game. But I'm excited to have you on this particular one, especially. So anyways, I'm just going to go ahead and give the odds really quick for people that are watching. We got Vegas has the spread, Steelers -3, money line Steelers -170, over under 42.5. I always ask you, what do you think, Anthony? Is it going to be over or under 42.5?
42.5, man, that's going to be I'm going to say under.
Under. All right, so we're going under. And now the big question, who's going to win?
Got to go with the home team. Got to go with Pittsburgh. I would get crucified if I won.
All right, okay. But even regardless, I mean, for past shows, you always say you love the home team. I mean, they're playing
absolutely. And also, so if you're interested, Miami has been struggling in cold weather games. But they're also on a 4-game winning streak. So
they are. They're just coming off 4-game winning streak. They're 7-6. Steelers 6-7. And let's see. We got Miami Dolphins points scored 21.6 per game. Points allowed 22.8. Rushing yards 126 per game. At Pittsburgh, we got points scored 23.7, points allowed 23.9, rushing 89.2, passing 195. So I mean, they're both
question. I got a question.
Yeah,
I might want to rephrase that. Is it snowing tonight?
Is it snowing tonight? Let's find out. I brought my friend Grok with me on this one because it's your team, so I didn't want to mess anything up. So let's see. Is it snowing in Pittsburgh?
Because that'll be a big factor. And again, I did see last night that
it's not snowing. It says it's cloudy and looks like that's it.
So it'll be a fair game. Yeah, I seen last night. They were practicing last night at I don't know what facility they were at, but the Dolphins had a night practice, and it was snowing like crazy, and I guess they were trying to get acclimated to, what the weather possibly could be. With it not snowing and it's still going to be cold, and they're having problems with missing T.J. Watt. I'm gonna go back. I want to go over, Rob.
You're gonna go over.
I want to go over because
seems like a lot of advantages for Pittsburgh in this game.
There is a lot of advantages. I think both teams will put up some points tonight. I know with Miami, with TJ being out, I know they might have a chance to really move the ball and put up some points. So that'll force us to have to match that same energy. So I think it may go 42. I'm gonna go with the over 42 tonight, Rob.
Over 42, still with the Pittsburgh, with the Steelers winning. Okay, let's put yourself in the game. You're in the game right now. Coach came in the locker room, giving you the like what we all see in the movies. What's he going to tell you right now? What's the start? Like before you get into the game, what is it? I mean, like you said, it's cold, right? So
me personally, or what's he saying to the team?
Well, let's go with the team first, then you personally next. What's the first thing? First thing going through like today, it's Miami. They're from the heat, right? They're in the cold. They're coming on a four-game winning streak, so they're at least feeling good in that angle. That's that aspect. But what do you think's being said in the locker room?
So the mindset is always any team that's coming from out of town in one of those hot weather warm weather states, we always believe and feel that we have the advantage around this time of the year when it gets cold and stuff. So, coach is definitely coming in the locker room saying, let's be physical tonight. We know they're going to be cold. We're more used to it. We're used to playing in it. So let's be physical. And we know being physical in the game when it's cold out there like that, man, guys really don't want to be. So it really plays to the advantage of the Steelers being physical and playing tough tonight and hopefully taking advantage of that cold. Even though it's not snowing, it still may be cold enough to have an effect on guys getting hit and that cold having a factor. But if it's one of those football god nights and we get some good weather in December in Pittsburgh, then I think that's when we'll have that shootout and it'll go over 42. But if it's a chilly night out there and it's just not snowing, I think it'll go under 42 if Pittsburgh plays physical, because that'll be a factor. But if it's a fair night, which they're saying it is, and it's not too cold, I think it'll go over 42. But that physicality in the cold always definitely plays a factor.
Well, I don't think that we were able to keep Scott at bay. He apparently went in the other room, set up his camera. He's got his Dolphins hat on.
It's good, Scott.
Scott might have something to say. He just walked out of here, grabbed his laptop, set it up, and hopped on. So I didn't know he was popping on. But Scott,
I love you, but hate your hat, brother.
Hey, so I gotta tell you a story, Anthony. I got a story for you.
Yes, sir.
So I was about 10 years old, and my elementary school library, they had a series of books of the NFL teams, right?
Okay.
And so at the time, I was actually probably a Steelers fan because this is the late 70s, early 80s, right? So back in the heyday of the Steelers,
right.
And so I decided to go through this series of NFL teams, the books, and find out who won the Super Bowl in 1972. That was the year I was born. And it was completely arbitrary. It wound up being the Dolphins. That was their undefeated season.
One of the best teams ever.
I had no idea. But I'm like, that's my team. And so that was probably about 1982. And then a year later, they drafted Marino, and that was it. That was my team. And I got to tell you, man, it's like it's been a little bit of a struggle. It's like we had some good teams in the obviously in the early 70s and some good defenses in the 80s. But it's been one of those things where it's just like yeah, man, it's been a struggle,
Hey, Scott, we love to live in the future, but we can't forget the past. So you definitely had something to hang your hat on,
Exactly.
The undefeated season and all those great things that 72 season did, man. But that definitely, man, that team right there was special, man. They did some special things. It hasn't been done yet again.
Yeah, no. I mean, a lot of teams have tried, and one of the things I'm actually most proud of, I'll throw a shout out to a buddy of mine he's a Chicago Bears fan, and he still is kind of mad at me for screwing up the 85 Bears season with being the only team to the 85 Bears, even though they didn't go to the Super Bowl. But, yeah, it's one of those things,
Hey, but that's a pretty cool organic story, Scott, on how you end up picking your team. I like that.
Yeah. And so I had to disappear for a little bit because I was we weren't really prepped to have the two cameras going, so there was some feedback coming on in the office. So I tried to fix that, but I'm back. So anyway, Scott, I heard most of what you said, but you did. If I'm correct, you picked it because you went back to who won when you were born.
Yeah. So in 1972, That was the year that the Dolphins won the Super Bowl, and they were undefeated in that season. I think back then there was only maybe 14 regular season games, so they won I think 16 in a row or 17 in a row. Once they they went through the playoffs and won the Super Bowl, and then I was just like I said, I mean, I just was like, hey, who won the Super Bowl in '72? And it was the Dolphins, and I'm like, okay, that's going to be my team, And I remember being in grade school and doing a project for school, and they're like, okay, so who's your NFL team? And I remember drawing a helmet that was kind of reminiscent of of the Steelers, and it was but instead of like the stars and whatnot on the side, it was like a book and like a pencil and certain things because it was for school. I'm like going, well, the Steelers are my team because they were doing pretty good back then, And then I was like, well, now I got the Dolphins. Well, I'm like, well, I got to stick with them now. It's like they won, they won the Super Bowl in 1972. That's the year I was born. I'm like going, that's my team, and I've tried, I mean, I've supported them for all these years, but man, it's been a struggle,
So maybe your parents lied to you and you weren't born in 72. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe your parents lied to you and you weren't born in 72. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe you're born in 71.
I do look a bit younger for my age, so
Hey, Scott, look. Hey, Rob.
Watching the Dolphins all this time, what we just heard Anthony. What do you think they're supposed to do tonight? They're in freezing cold weather. I mean, what's going on? What do you expect from them, Scott?
I just looked up something, right?
Okay.
Real quick, to Scott's ideology, right?
Okay.
If I took your ideology, Scott, and picked my team how you did, I was born in '83. It would be the Washington Redskins.
Oh yeah.
Not anymore.
Hey, look, hey Scott,
and that was the year they played the Dolphins, right?
Right.
That was the year they played the Dolphins in the Super Bowl.
Ain't that crazy?
Oh, really?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, how funny. All right, let's see. Now I gotta know. 1974. Whoa. They won in 74, Scott.
They
Dolphins.
did. Yes.
Wow. All right. Against the Vikings, though. So, anyway, I don't do that, because you could also do something like, what's the worst thing that happened in 1974? I'm assuming probably like Vietnam. Yeah. First natural super outbreak of 1974, a major political crisis. Richard Nixon had to go. 1974. So if I was going to have to pick my favorite president, it would be the guy that got kicked out. I'm going to stick to my wife and I. What we do is we wait until Super Bowl to get really into football, right? And then we make sure she'll watch like all the preemptive stuff, and then I think she's looking to see who the cutest quarterback is. I'm not sure how she comes up with it, but whoever she picks, I pick the other team, and then we go at it, right? It's like, your team sucks, my team sucks, but every year we're all of a sudden the last minute fan of that team. That's how we kind of do it. Other than that, like throughout the year we watch whatever, but that's a Super Bowl. We just make sure that we're against each other on that. And my wife actually really likes Super Bowl for the squares. She's been talking.
So the question is, Rob, who has the winning record?
Who has the winning what?
Record
of Steelers
you and Michelle.
You and the wife.
Oh, jeez. Honestly, I don't even know. It's been about equal. It's been about equal. Like every once in a while, what we end up doing for some weird reason? We end up winning the. How you buy squares and people bet and they get the pots. We've out of like the last 15 years that I can remember, 20 years or whatever, we've probably won it 10 times. So we're really lucky at that. So she goes around and she. One time we left the party and we were driving and they called us and they're like, "Oh, you just won." And we're like, "Oh, cool." And then they called again. "Oh, you won the next one too." And they called again, "You won the next one." So we were like 3/4 and we had left the party and they were like arguing whether or not we deserved to get it. So we were just at there's a bar called Malarkey's and they were doing their Christmas their actual establishment Christmas party, and there's all these people there that are industry people or whatever. And so this guy has a Super Bowl party where he has a huge barn, and he's showing us video of it. And it's like, I mean, it's a huge barn that's just completely decked out with huge screen TVs, movie theaters all over the place. And I mean, it just looks beautiful. And he's saying we can go. And I'm expecting her to say something like, what time is it? Or like, do we bring something? She's all, are you guys going to have squares? He's all, squares? What do you mean? She's like, where you bet money on the squares? And that was her question right off the bat. I was like, okay. She's thinking like there's probably 2,000 people there. So the squares are going to be big numbers. So if they are, we're going.
She's a winner. She's a winner.
Yeah, she's a winner. So anyways, all right. I thought you were going to say who's won more times, the Dolphins or the now let's go in and check and see if anybody scored yet really quick, and then we can hop off here pretty quick so people can watch the game. Oh, it's 0-0. 2nd and 10. All right. Well, all right. Well, okay. So let's go. Say this quarter's over. Now it's 0-0. Anthony, what's happening in the locker room? Is he yelling at him, or is he telling him good job?
0-0. Hey, well, we're doing good. They've been hot. They've been rolling. So, we held them to 0 points in the first quarter. So, that's obviously meaning we're off to a good start. We're not down. We're not up. But, I'll take a 0-0 going into the second quarter. When we're down, our star DN and they're coming off a high streak, I'll take it.
Perfect. All right. Well, really quick, I sent an email blast out today to the team members and everything. Did you happen to get that, Anthony? If you haven't, check your email. I put we're getting ready to do our I don't know that it'll be on Christmas, guys, but we're going to do a free NFT drop for the Astro Bowl, and we're picking a couple teams that aren't managed yet by the pro players that we have already with teams. So we're going to do a free one here shortly. You're going to see a lot of that pumping out of Twitter and Discord and all that good stuff. So if you guys happen to know any NFT communities that want some free whitelist spots for their groups, hit us up. And then, Anthony, if you get a chance when you look at that email, let me know if there's like a team or two on there that you think we should hold for anybody that you got coming in. Other than that, we're going to pick one here soon and start giving back to the community a little bit here. And I'm super excited about it. We've got the guy, the last crypto bull run when NFTs were huge, and that's all everybody was talking about was NFTs. There was a company, there still is, a company called Dapper Labs. They made the NBA Hot Shots, which was the basketball cards, and they made packs of basketball cards, and so I think some of those were going for like $100,000, like depending on the player. It was like ridiculous. But one of the guys that was involved in doing that whole project, one of the art guys, he's now he's with us, so he's over here working on that for us. So it's going to turn out pretty amazing. So I'm super excited about that.
Nice.
So anyways, guys, just if anybody's got a pen and paper and you want to look at all of our socials, this is streaming on a few different channels. I think Twitch, YouTube, X, anyways, a few different places. But if you go to 2b3d.com/links, that takes you to 90% of our socials. We are not going to be taking too much time off during the Christmas break. We're going to be working, so keep checking back, and you can go into our Discord. We're going to be active in Discord and Telegram probably in the next week or so. I'll be jumping in and doing AMAs and telling everybody about the free NFT drop and how that's going to go. So, anyways, all right. So last thoughts, Anthony. What do you got? Give your team. You're the coach. Tell the Steelers what to do right now, and then Scott, you'll have an opportunity to tell your Dolphins.
Hey guys, let's keep being physical. Let's keep playing tough. Let's keep playing rough, and let's put some points up on the board, man, and get up out of here with this W. Scott,
what are you going to tell your guys? You get to let them know you're born?
Like Anthony said, man, they've been on a roll. They started off really, really bad, and then they fired the GM, and it's been all roses since then. So, the GM's gone. Thank goodness for that. So it's inspired the players, and just let's keep that inspiration going. Let's keep going, man. It's like I think they've got a chance. Their records are pretty even. I think the Steelers are 7-6, and the Dolphins are 6-7. So if we can pull this off, we might still have a playoff shot.
Perfect. All right. Well, I hope the GM is not watching, because we did not mean to hurt your feelings like that right before Christmas. Anyways, everybody in the chat, thank you so much for showing up. We've only got like 4 or 5 more of these before Super Bowl, and we're actively building that Astro Bowl game out. So looking forward to having the demo and playing it. And so everybody, thanks for support. And I guess I'm not going to pick a team. I'm going to say good luck to you, Anthony. Good luck to you, Scott, on whichever team wins. Hopefully your favorite team wins, and now you don't know who I was talking to.
May the best team win.
May the best team win. Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Awesome,
Good to see
Anthony.
you, Scott.
Yeah. Thank
All
you for
right,
jumping
bro.
in, Scott. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a good rest of your
Yes,
enjoy the
sir.
holidays. If you guys don't hop on before then, talk to you soon.